you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft, please don't hesitate to ask. Smoking, including the use of electronic cigarettes. Underneath the seats in line with the armrest. For your safety, continue observing the seatbelt sign, and remember that all flights are not smoking, including vaping and the use of electronic.
Welcome to the next episode. Now we're in New York City. I know I'm not place you wouldn't think of diving that much. We have some friends from Long Island who dive with us in Bermuda a lot, and they said to us, come to New York, we'll show you how to dive, show you real diving, show you not really crystal clear water, but green water and real hardcore diving, pretty much like back home in Scotland. So I was up for the challenge. I was in New York and I thought, let's hit them up. Met with Christina and Bill, and we went out to explore Long Island and see what Long Island had to offer. So let's go in, let's go check out, let's see what diving in New York's like.
Nice dive.
Alright.
Alright. Talk to you later. Love you.
Okay, so we enter here and then swim across that way.
So what happens is you see these stones?
Yep.
It shoals about 6 or 8 feet out, and then it gets to like the wavy sand, and then it gets to like the green.
Nice.
So you'll have a line to follow. Or you just take a heading of 270 or whatever it is. 300.
And then we jump in.
And we'll be together, yeah.
Perfect.
We'll get dressed, go down, make sure we're all...
That's okay. Let's jump in and go see what Port Chepton's like. It's 21 degrees.
But that's okay, because with the surge, sometimes it helps you if you gotta dig in.
That's what I always like to bet extra weight just in case got it surge or whatever.
Alright, so we start by following that shoal line. Head west.
Yep.
Head to the jetty. We'll follow the jetty to the end, and we'll take it from there.
Alright, I'll just follow behind you. So as we arrive at Mount Sinai jetty and we drop in, the first thing I notice is how cold the water looks. When you look at the water, you see how cold it looks. It gives you shivers because it's green, it was murky, and I was thinking, this is going to be like Scotland, this is going to be cold. But we dropped in, I was only in a 3 mil, and surprisingly, it was only 22 degrees Celsius. So it was not too bad, but as we were cruising along, you can see how murky it was, how green it was, but it was great fun because there was so much life. Now these little fish that are coming up, I'm not too sure what they are, so if you guys know what they are, please let me know, because I was unsure and I could not find identification of these fish. But we had loads of flukes just darting out of the sand, just left, right and centre. So I would literally not see them until they came flying past, and you just saw that fluke, or summer flounder also known, go ripping past me. But as me and Bill continue towards the jetty, we're heading round westwards towards the jetty, and we come across the big boulders of the jetty, which has loads and loads of life hiding away. And there goes another fluke flying past. Now we're looking in for sea bass or also American eels to see what we can find, but one thing we did keep finding was loads and loads of fishing lines. And then before I knew it, I thought these were 2 rocks moving, and I'm like, why are these rocks moving? And it turned out to be horseshoe crabs. Now I've never seen horseshoe crabs before, I've heard about them, and it was so cool to actually see them for the very first time. Now me and Bill weren't too sure if these 2 were mating, or is it an infant, a juvenile horseshoe crab tagging onto the back of their mum. So anyone from New York who knows a bit about horseshoe crabs, what was actually happening there, what was going on, comment below, because we were unsure. But as we move along, we found remains of horseshoe crabs as well. We're not sure if they shed out their skin and move into a new skin, or is that the remains of one of them that has died. So again, I'm not used to New York diving, not dived there before, I've never seen these crabs before, so if you guys know, let us know in the comments as well, that would really help. And as I look in this little hole, I found a black sea bass, which is really cool, because when we got back out, we met some fishermen and they were like, we're getting no catch today, we're having nothing, what have you guys seen? When we told them we're sea bass and they were on the jetties, they were like, how? We've been fishing there for the last couple of hours and had no bites. So pretty good that the fish were not getting caught, but we continue moving along, and as you can see, we've picked up a current. There's a bit of a ripping current and you can see the sediment and particles ripping past us as we move along the jetty. And then we come across some invasive European green crab, but as you can see, the particles just in sediment ripping past me and Bill as we work our way back towards the shoreline, because the current was starting to pick up, because we were moving into diving at high tide and the water was starting to move and we were having to fight ourselves a little bit, and we did not want to be sucked into the marina and also end up underneath the Connecticut ferry. So we continued working our way back to the shoreline and seeing what we could find, because I was surprised how many fish were on this dive. I was actually really surprised about the conditions, because everyone said it's going to be cold, it's going to be horrible. Being from Scotland, I'm used to cold, dark diving, but cold water diving is amazing because you don't know what you're going to find. It's completely different to tropics and you see so many cool different fish. Like again, another fluke came out of nowhere and ripped past us. And then we came across some cool comb jellyfish. Me and Bill had to get the selfie together. I got to say thank you so much, Bill, for being awesome. And when we're heading back to the shoreline, these shingles give an amazing sound. So I'm going to stop here and I'll let you guys listen to the shingles. That was really good navigation, considering the visibility.
You always want to be in good trim and you want to be in good buoyancy. Sometimes on these dives with this current, you just got to make yourself really negative and kind of like pull your way and just try not to damage anything, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, there's a point I'm going on, I'm sitting there thinking, you're gonna think my trim is shit right now because I'm all over the place right now.
I don't my trim, I know I'm not perfect, I kind of...
Yeah,
whatever.
There was one bit I was going at the beginning, my trim was all over the place and I'm like, oh, of course I'm having a bit of issue with my trim here. Like, to get like getting rolled one side, I'm like, oh no, you're going to be judged.
I don't care.
It's actually, to be honest, the diving's really good in Scotland. Like, you'd really like the diving. Because when you've heard of open and stuff, where you got a lot of stories up there, but the diving there is wicked. That's to say, all the hard boats are around about there. So you've got the dive ladders and everything.
And then at night,
That's what everyone does, they go dive and do the single malt and everything.
So how nice is it having the, by the way, how soothing is that sound?
Oh, do you know, I was sitting,
with the rocks.
see when the shingles were just going, I'm like, that is so cool. I find it so...
follow this white rock line, so if you get turned around or you didn't have a compass or whatever, you can, as long as you find this and follow it,
you can get yourself back, you know you're back in. But no, it's but no, I really enjoyed that, man. I really enjoyed it.
I think you gotta be careful. People make that mistake of coming around this jetty and there's boat traffic.
So like little skins, I think you're right. You know that, because there's like no meat there, isn't there? Or like no body. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed coming out and diving New York City, mainly Long Island, with myself, Bill, which is really cool. I got to thank Bill and Christina so much for their hospitality. The night before I stayed in Stony Brook and they took me out to a wicked curry house, had such a nice time catching up with them, chatting to them. I've dived them a lot in Bermuda, they come out and visit us a lot, so I thought I'd definitely come and hit them up and dive with them. And then me and Bill on Friday morning, we went out diving and exploring Mount Sinai jetty, which was really cool. I saw a bit green, but first time I'd seen horseshoe crabs, and there was loads of them about, which was awesome. So definitely check out diving in New York. It was good fun. Reminded me of diving back home in Scotland where it was green. Slightly warmer than Scotland, but it was wicked diving. We've had a wicked time in New York exploring. Never thought of diving in New York, so I very enjoyed it. Glad I did it. And we're just at Bryant Park just now, about to go grab some breakfast at Whole Foods, and then we're going to jump on the train at Penn Station back to JFK, because today we fly back to Bermuda. We were only here for a short visit, mainly to do some exams for immigration to Australia, so hopefully they're all gone well, and we'll hopefully maybe moving to Australia next year. We'll have to see and wait to find out. That's the plan. But otherwise, we had an awesome time being out, exploring New York, diving in New York, and I got to thank Bill so much. And it was also great to meet Dean from School of Fish, Swim and Scuba. He was wicked. Got a photo here of us two together out at Cedar Beach on Long Island, where he was teaching an open water course. But again guys, thank you so much. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. It helps out so much. And if you're ever about as well in Bermuda diving, definitely hit us up and ask to come out diving with us, and we'll take you out. We've done it for loads of people. And also, if you're want us to come and dive with you guys and we're nearby, give us a shout out. We're more than happy to dive anywhere in the world and see what the backyard diving for you is like. Even if it is green, murky, no visibility, we're happy to be out exploring. As always guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.